So yeah, you need to be able to communicate. And then we are not taught that. I often wonder, this is not related, but I often wonder, like with white people, because they seem to be so open, so free about sex. Black women
Mm,
are acquiring HIV at the rates that we're acquiring because all our men are straddling the fence.
mm,
Uh, but I do think that is a reason
mm,
because we are not very. I've heard men say this when it comes to women that they are engaging with. We are not very open. We want people or our men to share and be open and provide this soft place for them to land. All those Instagram
mm.
words. But in real life, when they tell us things they want to do or try, we shun them, we shame them. So that makes them not want to share and they do stuff in secret.
Mhm,
They come back and then they're with us. I
mhm.
also feel like we as Black women, we give a lot of our power to whoever we're dating, meaning if the person we're dating because we want them to like love us and be with us and not think all the things about us, we if they say, "Oh, I'm not, we don't use condom," they're not gonna use a condom. Like, okay, I'm not gonna use a condom because I love him. I love him. I'm not gonna use a condom. He not. I don't want him thinking I trust him. I don't want him to think that I'm cheating on him.
Because when we are dealing with Black folk and Black women, sometimes you have to ask the question, what is the reason why you don't want to do a thing?
Right.
And to get them to start thinking in that kind of way, to really open up and have the conversation. But also, Black folks, some Black folks tend to not know how to talk about sex. Everybody is a freak, right? But no one knows how do you talk about sex in a way. And then there is that thing that sometimes there are people who don't know how to advocate for themselves in bed. They're just,
So it's very taboo amongst people, Black women, right? I remember when I first started doing this, people would look at me like I was crazy. Again, I'm from a small town in the South, so I grew up I grew up going to church and all these things. And Black people, we don't talk about sex out loud. Hell, we don't even really talk about it amongst ourselves either, to be honest. But we definitely don't talk about it out in public. What you doing, right? So when I started doing this, people would look at me like I was crazy. And
I really appreciate it. And that's one thing that BLX really wants to help our community in a whole, not just LGBTQ plus community, but the heterosexuals need it too. You know what I'm saying? To talk about sex amongst ourselves and hopefully feeling comfortable enough to talk about it amongst ourselves. Because you may be talking about it amongst your close-knit friends, and even then we know you lying.
right.
Just saying, like you, I've been Black a whole lot longer than you.
Uh-huh.
I am much older, but that is part of the purpose of this is to normalize talking about sex, talking about Black sex. Everyone wants to talk about Black love, and love and sex are two different things.
True.
And so to get people to be honest with themselves a little bit, even if you're just listening to a conversation, to get you to think more about how we can help each other in those ways, and maybe give you some tips on how you can advocate for yourself in and out of bed.
Because like you can't the biggest question I get from women is how to have orgasms, all these things, right? And I always ask people, do you know what you like? The biggest reason, the biggest way to have an orgasm is to figure out what you like. So once I know what I like, I'm able to communicate that to my partner. If I don't know how to tell you how to please me, I'm going to continue not have orgasms because I don't know what I like or how to tell you how to get there. So yeah, you need to be able to communicate. And then we are not taught that. I often wonder, this is not related, but I often wonder, like with white people, because they seem to be so open, so free about sex.